And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. My name is Jim, and this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. This is a directed network, and I am net control. Is there any priority or emergency traffic at this time? And hearing nothing, we will continue. This net is all about ham radio and being all that you can be. That's what our Qso-Vlog network is all about, trying to help people achieve the best sounding station possible. Thanks for dropping by. FYI, my background is 50 years in commercial broadcasting, where a lot of big bucks are spent on audio processing equipment and getting it set up correctly to get the best sounding station possible. Well, long story short, when I became a ham radio operator, I could hear immediately a large discrepancy in on-air technical proficiency. A lot of stations were running with very poor mic equalization, very muddy. And as I continued to work stations, I realized most of the stations were also running very low average peak modulation, many around 30% of average peak modulation. So with my background, I felt I could help, or at least try. I knew that most modern-day ham transceivers did have enough onboard processing equipment to be able to overcome most all of the problems. So it would just be a matter of developing a generic dynamic range setup procedure and then adjusting the onboard EQ gear. And so I started the Qso-Vlog network with the phrase, if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. And today we're currently featuring over 3,500 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings. And you can access these recordings by going to YouTube and doing a call letter search for KC9VKV followed by the word logbook. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor followed by the word logbook. And we also have a newer series called KC9VKV Highlights. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. These are some of our less technical and more human nature philosophical kinds of QSOs. That's KC9VKV followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. Both KC9VKV Logbook and KC9VKV Highlights are segments of our main YouTube homepage of Jim's Radio Story, where we celebrate a 50-year career in commercial broadcasting. A 50-year journey from a 5-watt pirate radio station as a 12-year-old to production director of a major 50,000-watt AM broadcast facility. And the thing that makes this truly a unique story is that I have all the actual masters from all along the way. Over 2,600 shows, including many full-length major music concerts and radio documentaries. You'll have to check it out and subscribe. Jim's Radio Story on a YouTube search. Our mission statement for the Qso-Vlog network is to establish a higher technical level of radio transmissions of the human voice by the intelligent utilization of available electronics in current amateur radio transceivers. Our setup, while generic in nature, converts the average 10 dB dynamic range transmitter with an average 30% of peak modulation to a much fuller 3 dB dynamic range with an average 80 to 85% of peak modulation. This substantial boost in audio transmit level is extremely beneficial in high noise levels and heavy QRM. It allows you to punch through when others fail. The second part of our transmitter setup has to do with proper mic equalization. We're looking to optimize the transmitted voice for a higher level of intelligibility through the use of EQ patterns that bring out the articulation aspects of the human voice. Again, why need to hear the voice if you can't understand the words? Also today on the transmit side, we'll be running our no SWR, specially oriented, resonant tuned dipole antenna. One leg of this resonant tuned dipole antenna runs broadside to Montreal, Canada. The other leg runs broadside to Miami, Florida. As we were constructing our station, our mantra was 20 over for Montreal to Miami with a hotspot through the Carolinas. And although conditions may vary, the general performance of this antenna supports its mission. Also today we will be running our input source indicator, so when we switch from an internet SDR receiver to our local receiver, you'll be able to hear the switch and see the switch. You'll have to check it out on our YouTube Qso-Vlog video. And as we come together for another Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog Network, let us pause just a moment for the amateur radio operator's prayer. Lord, we pray for clear 20 over S9 communications today. Let all our transmissions fill the air and reach their destinations QSA5 to be understood by all. And as we pray for good radio conditions, let us also pray for good human conditions. We pray that you will protect everyone, especially our elderly. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog Network, and with all that being said, let's jump out of here and see who's out there. This is KC9VKV. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. Yeah, copying up around Pennsylvania now. This is KC9VKV, and now time for another thrilling edition of Adventures in Radioland. This segment, Microphone Wind Distortions. Audio distortion can come from many directions, obviously from electronic contributions, but also from acoustic audio contributions. And one must keep in mind that distortion is distortion wherever it comes from. And the broad definition of distortion is an unwanted entity in the audio signal that distracts from the basic transmitted signal. It is a self-induced form of QRM. What if I told you that you could possibly reduce 90% of your audio distortion by way of a special filter? And you might ask, how much is that going to cost? How about $5? You can't even get a cup of coffee for $5. I'm talking about using a foam windscreen over your mic input. This is an extremely important filter for your mic. It separates your voice from all sorts of extraneous acoustic noise being generated by your microphone as it attempts to recreate certain sound pressure anomalies that are reaching your microphone's mic element. A foam windscreen over your mic input stops these large wind currents from getting to your mic element, thus leaving your mic element to just deal with the pure audio of your voice without wind distortions. So when one speaks, you have the sound of your voice, but also with the voice it is producing large levels of wind pressure, many times over the actual sound pressure of your words. But a foam windscreen can filter out these anomalies before they hit your mic element. And foam windscreens can be purchased at your local music store for under $5. It's one of the best investments a ham radio operator could make to clear up his transmitted audio signal. This has been another thrilling edition of Adventures in Radioland. This segment, Microphone Wind Distortions, something to consider. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog Net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Vlog Net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
For Kilo 2 India, Radio Kilo.
Sir, come back with your call sign slowly phonetically, please.
Sir, come back with your call sign slowly phonetically, please.
Yes, sir. It's Kilo 2, India, Radio Kilo.
India Radio Kilo, Roger, what's the name?
India Radio Kilo, Roger, what's the name?
The name here is Joe, Juliet Oscar Echo. And we're located up here in Greenwich, New York, eastern New York, up around the Lake George, Saratoga region.
Roger that. And what radio are you running today, Joe?
Roger that. And what radio are you running today, Joe?
Yes, there, James. I'm running a Flex 6600M, and amplifier.
Roger that, Joe. Well, listen, if you would, why don't you tell me about your antenna system for about 10 seconds or so, and let me look around and see if I can find a better source for Roger.
Let me look around and see if I can find a better source for Roger.
Okay. There's a 43 mounted vertical antenna, and we're running about 500 watts into it at the moment. It works pretty good. So back to you, James.
Roger. Well, if you're interested, we have a setup procedure. It's generic, but the first thing would be to be sure that you're in that wide transmitter bandwidth, TBW, of 100 to 2900. 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth lets your transmitter be all that it can be, and then gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. Roger?
Daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. Roger?
QSO, I am in the 100 low cut to 2900 high cut.
Yes, sir. That's exactly perfect. And then moving to the compressor processor, we're only looking for a very slight amount, maybe a 3 dB compression processor. Roger, just very, very light, about 3 dB or so.
Sir, Roger, just very, very light, about 3 dB or so.
That's a QSO. We're about a 3 dB. It's on the flex, it's called normal. DX and DX Plus, and we're in the normal mode, which is just about 3 dB.
Yes, sir, that's exactly perfect. Then moving to the ALC meter with mic gain in hand, and as you say the secret word, which is audio, you become a human test tone generator, and you're looking at your ALC meter, and what you want to do is you say the word audio and adjust your mic level until you're 7 or 2/3 on your ALC meter. Roger?
Until you're 7 or 2/3 on your ALC meter. Roger?
Roger, audio. Yeah, we're about 2/3.
Yes, sir. Okay, now I've been listening to your audio, and I think you might be able to use a little more top end for articulation. So if you know where your equalizer page is, let's go there and do some things, Roger.
Go there and do some things, Roger.
QSL, we got that. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-band equalizer. It starts out at 63 kilohertz, 125, 250, 500, 1K, 2K, 4K, and 8K.
Yes, sir. It's kind of like a third octave equalizer, that is. Now, do you also have width shaping? Can you alter the width of the EQ there? In other words, it would be, I think it's 0 to 9 as far as shaping the width of the EQ pattern, Roger?
As far as shaping the width of the EQ pattern, Roger?
All I can do is it goes up, I think, 9 and down 9. And each one has its own separate level. I think it's not a parametric. It's the other one there.
Yes, sir. It's just called a third octave equalizer. Okay, so do you have a P set of controls? Many radios have a P set of controls that they have to use in their equalizer when they have their compressor processor on. Do you have that, or you just go straight ahead, compressor processor on, and it doesn't matter whether your processor or compressor's on or off as far as equalization?
Processor or compressors on or off as far as equalization?
So the processor I can turn on and off.
Yeah, no, we want to leave that processor on there. It's just it's a very light amount, but we could use it. So just leave your compressor processor on, and let's look at your equalizer. The thing I'm interested in right at the moment is the mid-range from 800 cycles up to 1.5 kilohertz. We want all those to be in the flat, plus or minus 0 position, or off if you have them capable of off. We want to keep the mid-range just as flat as we can. Roger?
Keep the mid-range just as flat as we can. Roger?
Okay, I got a 500K, a 1K, and I got them at 0.
Yes, sir. And then the one above 1K, what is that one?
Yes, sir. And then the one above 1K, what is that one?
A 2K.
Okay, for the minute, let's put 2K flat also, Roger.
Okay, for the minute, let's put 2K flat also, Roger.
Repeat that, please.
Let's go ahead and put 2K control as flat, the 2K equalizer as flat also, Roger.
The 2K equalizer as flat also, Roger.
Okay, I got it flat.
Okay, so the one above 2K is 4K, is that Roger?
Okay, so the one above 2K is 4K, is that Roger?
Yes, the one above 2K is 4K.
Yes, sir. So let's take 4K up plus 7 clicks from where it is at the moment. Plus 7 clicks additional boost of the 4K from where it is, Roger.
Boost of the 4K from where it is, Roger.
Okay, that'll put the 4K all the way up to the top. 4K's at 10.
Okay, sir. And then let's just play with that 2K. We want to add some boost to the 2K now, maybe plus 3 additional from where you are. Plus 3 clicks boost on the 2K at the moment, Roger.
Plus 3 clicks boost on the 2K at the moment, Roger.
Okay, I just boosted the 2K up to 3K. I mean, 3 goes up.
Yeah, plus 3 on the 2K. All right, so now let's go to the bass EQ down there. The first one is 26 or 36 something?
Is 26 or 36 something?
And the first one is 63.
Okay, so go ahead and take 63 as far reduce as you can, minus your full 63, minus whatever that is, minus 10 or minus 15. We want to just get rid of 63K, Roger?
10 or minus 15. We want to just get rid of 63K, Roger?
That 63 is at 0. Yeah, it's 0. It's down all the way.
Yes, sir. That's not 0. That would be minus 15 or whatever your attenuation max level is. 0 is plus or minus 0, which is up in the middle of the EQ, the attenuation boost range. Anyway, so we've got rid of 63K or whatever, 63 cycles or whatever it is. Do you have one at 200 cycles? Can you adjust one of those bottom ones to 200 cycles? Can you adjust your frequency?
Bottom ones to 200 cycles. Can you adjust your frequency?
So I have 125 and I got 250.
Okay, so let's go with that 125. I want that to be minus 10. Minus 10 from where you are on the 125, Roger?
Minus 10 from where you are on the 125, Roger?
Okay, I set the 125 to minus 10.
Yes, sir. Now, that 250, let's bring that down to minus 5, and let me listen to you there. Minus 5 on the 250, Roger?
Listen to you there. Minus 5 on the 250, Roger?
Yes, sir. We're at minus 5 on 250.
All right, let's take that to minus 7. Minus 7 on the 250. I'm trying to get some articulation going, and I need to roll just a little bit more. So minus 7 on the 250, and let me hear you.
Just a little bit more. So minus 7 on the 250, and let me hear you.
Okay, James. That's K2ARK. We are minus 7 on the 250.
Okay, so now let's go back to our ALC meter and reset our level. We've done quite a bit of EQing, so when you do that, you start to whittle away at your actual modulation. So we want to go back to our ALC meter and recheck our level. That's where you say the word audio and adjust your mic gain until your ALC is running 7.
And adjust your mic gain until your ALC is running 7.
Okay, audio, audio, audio. Yeah, it's right there, about 2/3.
Roger. And the important word about the important part about that word is the first audio. We don't really care about that second half. The audio gives you a pure tone, pretty much. If you look at that on a spectrum analyzer, it's full of information all the way through that word audio. So it makes an ideal word to set a level with. And the longer you hold that audio, the easier it is to adjust your mic level to 7 on your AOC meter, Roger.
Your mic level to set on your AOC meter, Roger.
Okay, audio, audio, audio. That's right there.
Okay, I was hearing a little popping there towards the end. I'm not sure exactly what that was. Why don't you come back and tell me the best thing you like about your radio?
Why don't you come back and tell me the best thing you like about your radio?
I like it because it's easy for me to operate. I operate off the computer. It's an SDR radio, and it helps me because I have trouble with knobs, so I can't turn knobs and push buttons, and so I do it with the computer and the mouse, and it works real fine for me. That I like about it. Back to you there, Jim.
Roger, sir. Roger, sir. And also, then, if I told you that you could buy a filter for $5 that would take away about 80% of your distortion, I would hope that you would think that might be interesting. And what I'm talking about is a foam windscreen. Now, we have reduced the technical QRM, the technical interference and distortion, to a bare minimum. So the item that could cause a lot of distortion is the translation of your microphone, and that is because, as you speak, you have your words coming out, but at the same time you have some very high wind pressures that your voice is used to generate these words. And here's this microphone that has to discern between incoming audio and these other sound pressures, or I should say wind pressures. There's sometimes they're 5 or 6 times hotter than the actual word, and this microphone has to choose what to do, and many times it can't, and winds up distorting all of these wind pressures, simultaneously with the words of your voice. So what we're saying is, if you have a foam windscreen that you place over your microphone, it diverts all of these wind currents, channels them away from the mic element, and lets the mic just work on the pure words as far as capturing them faithfully. Roger?
Pure words as far as capturing them faithfully. Roger?
Okay there, Jim. If you can hear me, you're fading out on me up here. But I do have a foam on the microphone. But you're fading out on me, and hopefully it'll pick back up there in a minute. So back to you, Jim.
Roger, Joe. Well, I'm pedaling as hard as I can there. Oh, come on, trying to get up there towards New York. But anyway, so yes, I have not heard any plosives at all from your microphone. It's all been very good audio. So that's great, and I would continue using that windscreen, that foam windscreen. It's one of the cheapest and best filters that you can have against distortion, because, like I say, it rechannels these wind currents from your mouth away from the mic element and lets your mic element just deal with your pure words. Roger?
Let your mic element just deal with your pure words. Roger?
Okay, Jim, I can barely hear you in there. I think I lost him. Trying to get through an SDR. I can hear you. Back to you, Jim.
Roger, Roger, Joe. Well, I think we're about done, sir. I just wanted to say, if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, that will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,500, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger, Roger.
Uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger, Roger.
I lost Jim. Okay, 7 to 8. And thank you for the help. This is K2 IRK.
Roger, Roger, Joe, 73, sir. I hope you copy me. Just reminding you that if you want to hear your audio in this recording, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, will take you to this recording, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. So, 73, Joe, you have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend, and if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'd love to have you. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Kilo Oscar 4 India Delta Mike.
Was that India Delta Mike, the last part?
Was that India Delta Mike, the last part?
Roger, Roger.
Roger, Roger, India Delta Mike. What's the name?
Roger, Roger, India Delta Mike. What's the name?
My name is Mike.
Repeat.
Repeat.
Yeah, my name is Mike. Mike.
India Delta Mike, I am copying you only right now about a dB above my noise. If you can hear me pretty well, go ahead and give me about 10 seconds or so and tell me about your antenna system and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
Antenna system and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
And I'm running 100 watts on it. KZ-STDX10 radio. Yeah, I'm just running 100 watts.
All right, India Delta Mike, I've got you a little bit better on my local antenna around Louisville, Kentucky. Give me the name again, please.
My name is Mike. It's Mike India Kilo Echo.
Roger, Mike, and what's your location, sir?
I'm in East Tennessee, close to Knoxville.
Roger, Mike, and what radio are you running today, sir?
I have a just recently got it and trying to get it set up. I've been running a Icon 7300 and just trying to get set up.
Mike kind of faded out there a little bit, but if you do you still have a pretty good copy on me?
Yeah, I've got a very good copy. I'm reading 5.5 on you, but yeah, very good copy.
Okay, sir, maybe I can help you a little bit on your setup there. First thing is to be sure that you're in that wide 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth, your TBW. Wide 100 to 2900, Roger?
Roger. Yeah, can you lead me through that on this radio? Because I'm not familiar with the radio. I just started running it. Are you familiar with the STDX10?
Roger, is that radio STDX10?
Roger, Roger.
Okay, so probably the best thing to do would be to take notes, Mike. Let me run through and you just take some notes and then crank them in at your leisure as you have a chance to and look at the book and all that stuff. Roger?
That's Roger.
Okay, so the first thing, as we discussed, is being sure that you're in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth, TBW, and that would be in settings, transmit, sideband, towards that area. So we want to be in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. Roger?
Roger, copy 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth.
Roger, roger. Then into your compressor processor. And we're only looking for just a smidge of that, just a little bit of your compressor processor. A 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. Just a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, depending on how your processor is labeled. Roger?
Roger, copy 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100 on the compressor.
Roger, roger. Then onto your ALC meter to set our modulation level. As you look at your ALC meter, and as you say the word audio, and we don't care about the last half of that word, it's the part that you become a human test tone generator. And as you say the word audio, you adjust your mic level until your ALC meter is showing 7 or 2/3. 7 or 2/3 on your ALC meter as you say the word audio and adjust your mic level control. Roger?
That's Roger. Copy ALC meter. Now, is that adjusting my mic gain? Is that what I'm adjusting to get a 7 or 2/3 level on my ALC? I'm looking at it right now, and it's registering really close to that on my ALC right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is your modulation index. That is your modulation level. You're setting with your mic, and you're looking at the output of your transmitter limiter. Not a lot of people know that's what that is, but as you look at your ALC meter, it's reading the output from your transmitter limiter, which the limiter's there to keep you from having large excursions on the band into other people's conversations. So that's what that's all about. And so we want to set that level. As you say the word audio, adjust your mic level until you're reading 7 on your ALC meter. Roger?
That's Roger. Copy reading 7 on ALC meter.
Roger, roger. Then into your equalizer. And I've listened to you there a little bit, and I think you need a little more top end for articulation. Maybe a +4 treble boost, +4 clicks additional boost from where you are. So that will make your voice much more articulated to be able to understand under adverse conditions. That's what we're trying to do there as far as boosting the articulation level. Roger?
Roger, roger. +4 on the treble boost on equalizer.
Roger, roger. And what I would do, if you have a simple 3-band equalizer, I would go ahead and roll off on the bass. I would roll off about -3 at 200 cycles if you have 200 cycles. If you just have bass, I would go -3. Roger?
That's Roger, -3 on 200 cycles.
And then I would go back after I did all that, and I would recheck my ALC level, because when you do extensive EQing, you need to go back and double check your level to be sure that your level is correct, because that would have shifted as you moved your EQs around. Roger?
That's Roger. I will go back and check the ALC level.
Roger, roger. And the other last thing is, if you get a chance, we have reduced the distortion in these radios a tremendous amount, but there still lies a possibility for distortion, and that comes from your microphone having to deal with not just only your voice, but also wind currents that you use as to say the words. Sometimes your wind currents coming out of your mouth might be 3 or 4 times hotter than the actual word. So you're asking the microphone to discern between the two. And actually, we should be running a foam windscreen over the microphone, which will divert all these wind velocities away from your mic element, and just let your mic element deal with your pure voice. Roger?
Yeah, Roger, yeah. I have a hand mic, and I typically hold it at a 90-degree angle from my mouth to help address that, but all of it on the screen.
Roger, that's correct. But the challenge is, how could you possibly use a foam windscreen in conjunction with a hand mic? Now, I have done that from time to time and figured out a way that I could get a foam windscreen over that hand mic without keying it. That's the thing. So your foam windscreen fitting over the microphone, your hand mic tends to want to key that switch, that you use with your thumb. So I'm not exactly sure. I don't have a clear plan on how to get around that, but I do have a clear plan on suggesting that every mic you use should have a foam windscreen to go through to get rid of these wind currents from the mouth. Sometimes it's more challenging than other times, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. I understand the problem. I'll eventually upgrade to a better mic, but yeah, I'll figure out a way. Maybe put a clock on it, maybe.
Roger, sometimes you can take just a part of the windscreen and tape it or whatever, but it really is important because the translation of the mic element is probably one of the last sources of possible distortion. In your radio, everything is copacetic. We have the right levels and all that, but that microphone is still at bay. Is just as the element is trying to reproduce the voice, then here come these much heavier, much harder wind currents that it has to do with, and a lot of times it'll just distort. But, and then a lot of people will just roll those frequencies. Usually they're lower frequency sounds, but they are distorted, and a lot of people will just try to equalize those down. But they're still there. They have been minimized to some degree by the roll-off on the lower frequencies, but they're still there. And a $5 foam windscreen would just work beautifully to get rid of those wind currents, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, very economical price for a big game, huh?
Oh, yes, sir. It's just amazing, and it just clears up the last one of those last possible distortion things, and your signal is just so beautiful. Now, I have heard folks work the microphone so badly that they're actually QRMing themselves, and the noise was just hotter than the actual words, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Is mine pretty distorted? Or is it okay? Is it acceptable?
Yes, sir. It's very clean. Why don't you give me a little bit about what you like about your radio, and I will look around and see if I can find just a better path for us, Roger.
That's Roger. Yeah,
just a better path for us, Roger.
That's Roger. Yeah. And from a friend, 300. I've used one for a couple of years, but. The radio, the DX10 is clear. You can pull out fans. Is clear. It's all the noise. You still learn it, but yeah, it's a very good radio. It's never false in its top range. I would like better than 7300, but I think it's. This one is a step above it. So yeah, very happy with it.
Roger, Mike. So if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. The word logbook, it'll take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,500, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Roger, Roger.
But it's due by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Roger, Roger.
It does mean a lot. You are helping us out a lot by doing that. So I really appreciate the help. And thank you for your time, sir. Kilo 4 India Delta Mike, be going clear.
Roger, Roger, Mike. Well, gosh, hopefully you'll be able to work on that, and maybe by next Friday, you'll be able to check in, and I can listen to you and see what all those numbers sound like. Should just sound beautiful. So we'll look for you next Friday if you get a chance. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Radio you want to check out, give me a shout. W8 WIL.
WIL, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
WIL, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
All right, sir. The call sign phonetically is Whiskey 8, Whiskey India Lima.
Whiskey India Lima, Roger, Roger. And what's the name there?
Whiskey India Lima, Roger, Roger. And what's the name there?
It's Donald E. But everyone, my middle name's Eugene. I've talked with you a couple years ago, and you helped me set this particular radio up. And but everyone calls me Gene. Golf Echo, November Echo. The only difference I have made is I changed microphones here a few months back. And I have everything set up the way we initially set it up. And I just was wondering about the tonal quality. I did put some more treble in it as a result of it's a high ICM microphone. Other than that, wide. So being on, you initially set it up, being on wide, a 3 on the bass. Audio, I'm going about 2/3 on the ALC. So back to you, W8 WIL.
Roger, Roger. Gene, sounds pretty good there. Just to review now, what radio are you running now?
It's pretty good there. Just to review now, what radio are you running now?
It's an ICOM 7300. I've had it for when they very first came out, a month or two. So I guess it's going on 7 years, maybe. Up to you, back to you, Jim.
Yes, sir. Just beautiful radio. I love mine. Okay, and Gene, what's your location, sir?
Beautiful radio. I love mine. Okay, and Gene, what's your location, sir?
I'm in north central West Virginia. The biggest city or town from me would be Clarksburg. I am 8 miles west of Clarksburg on Route 50 west of Clarksburg. And if I keep going on 50, another 45, 50 miles, I'd be in Parkersburg, West Virginia. So north central West Virginia.
Roger, Gene. Okay, so let's, everything sounds pretty good. You're on about a 3 on your compressor. Is that a Roger?
Sounds pretty good. You're on about a 3 on your compressor. Is that a Roger?
Yes, compressor's 3. I'm wide, 12900. About 2/3 on the mic gain. Let me look here. When I go, yeah, it goes, not to the end, but let's say 3/4, but just normal tone of voice. And I'm about, probably 2.5, 3 inches away from the mic.
Roger that, Roger that. Well, the only thing I could suggest is 2 things. Are you using the supplied hand mic? Is that a Roger?
2 things. Are you using the supplied hand mic? Is that a Roger?
No. The only difference I made, Jim, I do have the supplied hand mic, but the mic I'm running is a Heil ICM, the ICM microphone that I put on here probably about 3 or 4 months ago. And the only thing I did was I listened to myself in a rig through a dummy load, and I I just put more treble in it because this microphone seemed to be bassy. When you set me up before, I was running an SM6 that I've had for 30 plus years. But I was just trying this Heil microphone out, and I want your suggestions. Should I put more trebles, or maybe? Oh, by the way, I've got the treble on a +4, and the bass is on a 0.
Roger that, roger that. Take that bass -2. Take your bass to -2 and let me listen to you.
Take your bass to -2 and let me listen to you.
Okay. Let me get into the setup.
This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, the Qso-Vlog net.
Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, the Qso-Vlog net.
Okay, there we go. Okay, I've still I left the treble on +4, and the bass was on 0, and I just put it on -2. That's the only change I made.
Yes, sir. I think the articulation came up quite a bit there, so I would run it just like that. And what I would do would be to keep my my ALC meter out. You've got to have something to do as you talk to your friends and neighbors around the world. So I would leave my ALC meter out and just be looking at that as I'm speaking. And I want to keep my voice in the sweet spot as much as I can. The sweet spot being 7 or 2/3 on that meter. So, you know, as you look at it over a period of days or weeks or whatever, you'll develop a relationship with that ALC meter that you'll be able to keep it right in the sweet spot just by your voice, Roger?
But right in the sweet spot just by your voice, Roger?
Oh, yeah, I understand. Okay, yeah. Well, do you think that I knew that basically what I needed was to get someone to help me with the tone control? Like I say, I think on my SM6 the tone control was different than what I've got it set on this ICM. So that's why I kind of jumped in here this afternoon, Jim.
Oh, roger that. Well, you know, not all mics are created equal. As a matter of fact, I can almost guarantee you that as you switch mics, you will incur differences that, you know, in frequency response, proximity effect to that microphone might be greater than others. So you have to do some usually, you know, parameter changing there as you switch mics. But one of the main things is to, as you change mics, to go back to your ALC meter and double check your level, double check your modulation level, because you can control that, and you want to adjust the new mic to the proper modulation level. So that is, as you say the word audio, adjust your internal mic gain until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3, Roger.
ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3, Roger.
Yes, it is. It's 2/3. I recalled all that, so when I put this ICM on here, like I say, I listened to myself on another radio at 2.8 wide, because that's what I'm running, 12900, which should make myself 2.8, one of my other rigs sitting here. And, of course, I turned the power down, etc. And so I wouldn't overload my other rig. And I came up with -4 on the treble, and that's why I wanted to jump in here and ask you, do I need more take away the bass? And the bass is on, like I say, I came up with -4 and 0, to what I was hearing myself. Of course, it's hard to hear your own voice and realize that how you actually sound. So, back to you, Jim.
Roger. You do mean a +4 on your treble. You come up with a +4, and then I came up with a little bit more than +4, Roger?
Up with a +4, and then I came up with a little bit more than +4, Roger?
Yes, I'm +4 on the treble, and I was on 0 on the bass. And what you did is you had me put a -2 on the bass. So I'm +4 in the treble and -2 on the bass as a result of what you told me.
Yes, sir. That's just exactly ideal. I wouldn't change a thing. I think it's perfect. And if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,500, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
And I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Roger. Okay, partner. Like I said, it's been a year or so since I talked to you on this particular rig, and I'm going to grab a pen here, and I'm pretty bad at calls. I'll be 81 years old here in another 2 or 3 months, and my memory's not quite as sharp as it used to. So I need to give me your call again there, Jim, and then I'll know where when I go on YouTube where to check you out.
Yes, sir. The call is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. So it's KC9VKV logbook on a YouTube search. We'll bring up this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,500, Roger.
It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,500, Roger.
Roger. Okay, thank you. I got it. KC9VKV, and I will check that out tomorrow. And I appreciate your time and what you're doing. You're helping a lot of people. There's no doubt about that. And I've got 2 or 3 other rigs on here, but I just happen to be on the 7,000 or the 7,300. I got a 7,000 setting here. I got a 7,100. I got a 746 Pro. You can tell that I'm an ICOM type guy. I have been for years. So with that, I'll say 7.3s, and I appreciate what you're doing. And I'll check that out tomorrow. You take care.
Roger, Gene 73, sir. If you get a chance, join us next Friday, and we'll check out those new numbers and see how they all gel. I'm sure it'll be just perfect. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. My name is Jim, and if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
My name is Jim, and if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Let me just go ahead and clear with my call. W8WIL. Go ahead there, Jim. W8WIL.
Roger, Gene 73, sir.
Roger, Gene 73, sir.
There's somebody back in there calling KC9VKV, the Qso-Vlog net. Come back and try it one more time, please, sir.
Qso-Vlog net. Come back and try it one more time, please, sir. The call is Kilo Golf 4 Tango November Oscar.
Tango November Oscar, Roger, and what's the name there?
Tango November Oscar, Roger, and what's the name there? Name here is Alpha Lima.
Roger, Al, and what location are you in?
Roger, Al, and what location are you in? I am just outside of Greenville, South Carolina, just to the north of Greenville.
Roger, and Al, what radio are you running today, sir?
Roger, and Al, what radio are you running today, sir? I am running the TF2000. Can you give me your call again, please?
Roger, this is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. Repeat, Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. Name is Jim Juliet India Mike, and this is the Qso-Vlog net, Roger.
Juliet India Mike, and this is the Qso-Vlog net, Roger. Okay, I'm making notes here as fast as I can. Okay, right. Antenna trouble today, and one of the legs of our off-center fed dipole went down to the ground. We had a rainstorm pass through here last night, and so I'm trying to get everything back together and stumbled on you guys here and figured, well, this is a good place to check things out as any.
Roger. Well, I've got a pretty good copy on my local antenna. We're located around Louisville, Kentucky. We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville. And the Qso-Vlog network is helping people adjust their transmitters. So if you might be interested, first thing would be to be sure that that radio of yours is in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth, 100 to 2900 TBW. That's called wide, and it lets your transmitter be all that it can be frequency response wise, and then gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. Well, I don't know if you're real familiar with the TS2000. There's not a whole lot of adjustment that you can do. It's kind of limited. You can set the bandwidth between, I think it's 2.5 and 3, and it's got a mid, high, user, and low as far as the audio output, and that's about it. I mean, you can adjust the processor a little bit, but kind of stuck with what you get.
Roger. Well, the main thing is right at the moment to get that, be sure that radio is in the 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. That was 100 to 2900. That lets your transmitter frequency response be as best it can, and then gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. Roger?
But there's really no way to adjust that on the radio. As best you can do is go in the menu and put it in there on high, low boost, high boost, or conventional, or user. That's the only settings on this thing.
Roger, what are you talking about, Mikey Q there, huh? I'm talking about transmitter bandwidth. So you do not have an adjustable transmitter bandwidth adjustment. Is that correct? I mean, you just have to run it the way they designed it. A lot of new radios do have a selection of transmit bandwidths. They usually have 3 different selections. One of those is called wide, 100 to 2900. But I guess your radio does not have that capability, Roger?
Looking through the menu here, I don't remember seeing that kind of thing. Like I say, it's on the bandwidth. You have the option of going from 2 to 3 kilohertz. That's the only changes you can make.
Yes, sir, but do you have to use, can you change those? In other words, are those prescribed and cannot be changed, so you automatically go from 2 to 3? You can't put in 2.9, is that a Roger?
Put in 2.9, is that a Roger? I can put in steps of 2 kilohertz changes. I was just going through the menu here. That's 2.8, 2.6, 2.4, 2.2, 2.0, and then back to 3.
Yes, sir. So 2.8 would be close. I don't want you to do 3 because that would let you be into somebody else's conversation. But 2.8 would probably work best under those circumstances, Roger.
Best under those circumstances, Roger.
Okay, Roger. We've got it on 2.8 right now. Like I say, we only have those other menu items for the equalizer, and I'm running it on high boost right now, and I don't know exactly what kind of frequency response the transmitter has on high boost, but that's what I have it set on.
Roger, Al. Well, it sounds good, buddy. I would leave it just the way you have it as far as that's concerned. And like I say, that 2.8 I think is, under the circumstances, the best. So I think you're doing really well there. The only other thing would be possibly double-checking your modulation level, and that would be going to your ALC meter with the mic gain in hand, and as you say the magic word, audio, don't stress it, just say the word as you would say any other word in the QSO, and we're only interested in the first part of that word, the audio. You become a human test tone generator, so as you say that word, adjust your mic level until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3, Roger.
Is running 7 or 2/3, Roger.
Okay, let me see if I can, audio.
You know,
it's going high. Yeah, I'm running the processor right now, and it's got the compression set at about 10 to 11.
Okay, so you have an input control for your compressor processor. We want a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, depending on how it's labeled. Just about 3 dB of compression processing, just very light. So it would be a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, Roger.
A 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, Roger.
All right, let's see. I just turned it down to 330 out of 100, and it's bumping up there on the peaks. It's hitting about 10 on the compression.
Roger. I think that's going to do it. So if you have 100, you probably should be at 30. A 30 out of 100, Roger.
Be at 30. A 30 out of 100, Roger.
Yeah, the processor input is set at 30 out of 100 possible. And then there's a processor output also, and that's about the same, about 30.
Yes, I would leave everything the same. I would not change anything else at the moment. I think it sounds really good, Roger.
At the moment, I think it sounds really good, Roger.
For an old boat anchor there, it makes me happy that it's not sounding too bad. I've had these. I have 2 of them now. I had 3 of them, but I bought the first one when they first came out. We lived on a farm at the time down in Florida, and I used the handheld to control the radio, so I could be out in the barn or out in the pasture or in the garden or whatever, and still be able to talk on the radio and control the radio from the handheld. So that made me a big fan of Kenwood. I love all radios. I don't think there's any of them out there that I've come upon in my many years that I didn't like at all. There's some that seem to sound better than others, either on receive or transmit, but I sure appreciate you doing this for me, Jim. I would like to get a signal report from you there. You're solid S9, a little over sometimes. And
Okay, I just went to my local antenna just as you signed off. So come back and tell me, something that I don't know, and let me look at you on my local antenna.
All right, very good. We moved up here to Greenville area about 2 years ago. By way of Virginia and Texas, we sold the farm down there in Florida after that last hurricane. The YL said no more. We've been through so many of them where we were at down there, and we just really bounced around. We had our oldest son in Virginia, and then my YL sister out in Texas. So we kind of bounced around a while, and then we decided that we didn't like neither one of those places to land. So we wound up here in Greenville, South Carolina area. Let's see, KC9VKV, KG4TNO.
Roger, Al. Well, let's see. On my local antenna, you were about 3 dB over my noise level. About 3 dB over my noise level. And then my Georgia SDR, you were about, looked to be about 8 or 9 over their noise level. So that's your signal report. Based on the residual noise, and then we are looking at your signal on a VU meter calibrated at 0 level on your peaks, and then when you cease speaking, there is the noise level. So, that's the way it is. I'm running such low RF gain in the front end to avoid any possible distortions that I really can't give you an actual S meter reading. So I just give you a reading based on how well your signal does above noise level. Roger?
How well your signal does above noise level. Roger? Yeah, roger. Well, I use that Georgia SDR, the Lumpkin, I think it is, high school. And I also use the beam out of Utah. We have a net on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that we check into, and a lot of times some of the guys are not able to copy here, not able to be copied here in South Carolina, and when that happens, I get on the laptop and bring up one of those 2 SDRs, and it's really a great help. But anyway, let me get on off to the side here and let you continue on. I think I got that call right. Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, I think that was. That's what I wrote, if I can read my writing here. This is KG4TNO.
Roger, Al. And gosh, if you want to hear that audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,500, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger?
But uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger? Yeah, cut number 1 of 300.
3,500. We've been doing this for 10 years.
3,500. We've been doing this for 10 years. Okay, and I'm assuming you just drag the cursor across there until you hit the number 1 out of the 3,500 possible.
Should be, regardless of what YouTube says, this cut should be right at the head of the class. In other words, when you go to YouTube and do that search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, it'll bring up our list, and this recording should be right at the top of that, even though YouTube may not say it is. It really is. And YouTube doesn't know everything, Roger?
It really is. And YouTube doesn't know everything, Roger? Yeah, roger that. All right, well, we'll sure give it a try there tomorrow afternoon sometime or other. barring any bad conditions up here. We've got that storm, I guess, still churning around down there just off of Dominican Republic, trying to make up its mind if it's going to come up here to the Carolinas or not. I sure hope it don't, because we had Helena last year, and she about broke our back here. I still got an antenna mast 40 foot up in the air out there that I can't get down because it's got a kink in it. It's got Peyronie's disease. Anyway, thanks a lot, Jim. You have a fine day out there. KC9VKV, KG4TNO.
Roger, Roger, Al, 73, sir. You have a great afternoon. And in parting, I would suggest today is foam windscreen day for those microphones to get rid of the last vestige of possible distortions. Here's this microphone that's listening for your voice all the time, and sometimes the words that you say have wind velocities in excess of 4 or 5 times the amplitude of the actual word that you're saying. And so here's this poor microphone that has to make a decision on translating this versus all these wind pressures. So with a foam windscreen, it diverts all these wind pressures away from the element and just leaves your words to be transcribed through the microphone. Roger?
Words to be transcribed through the microphone. Roger? Yeah, roger that. And I do have one of those around here somewhere. This is just the stock mic. I don't ever run any other mic than the stock mic that came with the radio. Because it doesn't have a lot of adjusting. I didn't think it made a whole lot of difference aside from hearing the PTT clicks once in a while there. But again, thank you very much, and we will get on there and see what we sound like on YouTube. KC9 Victor Kilo Victor, KG4TNO.
Roger, Roger, Al, 73, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend, and join us next Friday if you get a chance. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. My name is Jim, and if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
And if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Alrighty, we're on our local antenna now around Louisville, Kentucky. So if you happen to be in the Kentucky, Indiana, or in northern Tennessee, or up around Cincinnati in the Ohio area, this is KC9VKV listening.
Listening.
Heard somebody back in there, very, very light, but station calling, come back and try it one more time, please. I got a Whiskey 4 station, try again, please.
Whiskey 4, Papa Delta.
Okay, we're getting along here. Whiskey 4, Papa something. Come back one more time, phonetically, slowly, please.
Papa Delta, yeah.
Papa Delta, one more. What's the last one? Was that John? Yeah, Papa Delta John, or whatever it is there, why don't you come back and give me about 10 or 15 seconds. Tell me about your antenna system there for about 10 or 15 seconds, and I'll see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
If I can find a better path for us, Roger.
Gosh, I'm on my Pennsylvania SDR at the moment. Just verify that last letter in your call sign, Roger.
Just verify that last letter in your call sign, Roger.
Jim?
Yes, go.
Yeah, this is Gene again, W-E-W-I-L. His last letter is golf, G as in golf, W-E-W-I-L.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. So PDG, this is KC9VKV. Do you have a copy on me?
Yes. 5-9. Good copy, clear.
Roger, Roger. What's the name there? Roger, Phil, and what's your location, sir? Tennessee, Roger, Roger. And what radio are you running today, sir? Was that a 703? Yeah, Phil, I don't think we're going to be able to make contact today. I've gone around and I copy you best on my local antenna around Louisville, Kentucky, but I'm only copying you about a dB above my noise. So it's very difficult to pull you out. Roger, Roger? Roger, Roger, Phil. Well, I'll tell you, man, probably not going to be able to work you today, but maybe next Friday, if you get a chance, maybe we'll have better conditions. Roger, Roger.
I just couldn't wait.
Yes, sir. Now, you did pick up a little bit there. So let's just try a couple of things. First off would be, if you've got a pretty good copy on me, I'll try to lead you through, and maybe you can just take some notes and crank those notes in at a later time. Roger? Okay, Phil, I did not copy you that time, but I'm assuming that you copied me. So the first thing is to be sure that you're in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth, TBW. It's called wide, 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. Roger, that's in settings, transmit sideband in that area. Roger? Gosh, I'm not copying you at all now. Phil, do you have a copy on me at all, Roger?
Roger, I have a good copy, clear copy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we want that 100 to 2900 on your TBW transmit bandwidth, wide, 100 to 2900. Then once we get that, we move to our compressor processor, and we're only looking for about a third of that compressor processor capability. So it's compressor processor on at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100 on your compressor processor. Roger? Okay, so if you still have a copy there, then move to your ALC meter with mic gain in hand, And as you say the magic word audio, we're interested just in the first half of that word, the audio. Say it, but don't stress it. Just say it like you would say any other word in a QSO. And as you look at your ALC meter, as you say the word, adjust your mic level until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3. So that's as you say the word audio and you stretch it out. You can stretch it out as long as you can humanly stretch it out to make that adjustment very easy on your mic gain control as you look for the sweet spot of 7 or 2/3 on your ALC meter. Roger? So, Phil, you still have a copy, sir? Alrighty, well, I do not have a copy on you right at the moment, so we won't be able to go into the EQ situation with your radio, but, you know, the other parts, if you can crank those in and then join us next Friday, we can see what we need to do, and hopefully we'll have better propagation. Roger? Well, all right, Phil, I've not heard from you in the last two round robins, but I'm just assuming that you still have a copy. It's just your transmitter's not making it this way. But we've got to get out of here, and, you know, we'll be looking for you next Friday. If those that have participated would like to hear their audio, if they go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, that will take you followed by the word logbook. That's KC9VKV followed by the word logbook will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,500, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. So, with all that being said, we got to get out of here and return this frequency back to normal amateur radio use. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, clear.